we catch up with Lisa Goddard. Before that, they were trained to kill silently, use explosives and live out of sight underground. The aim of Churchill's secret army, known as the Auxiliary Unit, was to counterattack should the Germans occupy Britain during World War II. Now the Cotswold village, where the British resistance fighters were trained, is recreating its wartime past for one weekend only. Nikki Mitchell reports.
Britain's elite force of resistance fighters were recruited in secret and trained here in the Cotswolds.
We signed the Official Secrets Act and he said, I can now tell you, you've joined the auxiliary units. Your job will be to go underground when there's an invasion and emerge behind to destroy transport. And it sounded like an exciting job to do.
Deep underground in Coleshill is a rather fragile 70-year-old prototype bunker.
So this is the only way in and out of this underground operational base.
So these walls would have protected them if a grenade had been thrown down?
Yes.
And what would have been in there?
This was the LSAN, or the toilet.
Oh, the toilet, okay. And there's a hole in the wall?
And that would have been for ventilation and to let any smells up through a false tree high up into the canopy. This is a training operational base, so when the auxiliaries came to Coleshill to train, they would have spent some time in here just basically learning how to equip their own operational base and also how to conduct themselves in here.
So if the Germans had invaded, this lethal guerrilla army would have vanished underground, waited a while, and then launched a series of covert attacks from behind enemy lines. Now the original bunker unearthed at Coleshill has been recreated in great detail so many more people can experience what life was like for trained killers like Bob Millard.
We were taught how to blow a railway line, how to make a booby trap, and we were also taught how to silence a sentry using a knife, a rubber truncheon or a garrote.
And when you say silence, you mean kill?
Kill. Yes, we were taught to kill, I'm afraid, in those days. I mean, teenagers my age in those days were flying in the Battle of Britain, and in war people get killed.
Even though it's not been covered in earth and finished yet, this Heritage Lottery-funded replica bunker will open for the first time this weekend. The 1940s are being brought back to life to commemorate the army of spies and saboteurs trained here.
So people will be able to get their hands on these this weekend, will they?
Yep, these are replicas that have been made by one of my volunteers, but people are going to be able to come to some of the specialist talks for those who are very historical, and we've also got the archaeologists here. We have music, we have food.
People will be able to visit the original bunker too this weekend before it's locked back up to be protected. Nikki Mitchell, BBC Oxford News.
Oh, amazing to see what went on back then. Now with all the sport, including one packing a punch, here's Jerome.
Geraldine, thank you very much.